All right, guys, this is it. This is the Phantasy Complex. 4 venues, including a 1,200 capacity theater in the back. There's a lot of paranormal activity that happens here. You're watching Ghostatic.
You've been here for years and years and years. How long have you been here for?
I've been here for 45 years.
Tell me about some of the experiences you've had here that are paranormal. Some of the things you were telling me were absolutely crazy. Like, it made me nervous to even walk in the basement.
I've seen a man in the back office. I tried to ask him a few questions and he just didn't respond. We just kind of stared at each other, and then he tipped his hat and he walked through the room. Like through the wall. In the back beer room, I was doing a beer list, and I had stepped out, and I saw a man walk through the room. And I'm like, whoa! And I took off running. I stopped myself, because my sister was having a meeting. I'm like, no, we can't do that. So I stopped and turned it back around and went back to what I was doing. There's a man that walked out of the wall, through the room, and back through the other wall. The wall freaked me out, because there was one minute there's nothing there, and then there's somebody walking through the room. I mean, the people I've seen here, I have no idea who they are or what they want. I mean, the one man in the back office, we made contact, eye contact, but he didn't say anything. We just stared at each other. And I asked him, can I help you? He didn't say anything. I'm like, are you looking for somebody? He didn't say anything. We just kind of stared at each other for maybe 5-10 seconds, and he tipped his hat and walked through the wall.
And so, just to go back to the beginning, you've been coming here ever since you were little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So about how old were you when you were
8.
8 years old?
Yeah.
So you've basically grown up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like home.
You're twins, so you're both 45?
Yeah, around the same age, yeah.
Okay. Give or take a few seconds.
Okay. I've seen a lot, heard a lot. My first experience would be probably when I was here with my dad. He had me come up and do something. I heard my voice being called, and it just faintly said, John. So it turned me white as a ghost. When I tried to leave, I had my hair pulled. That was in the kitchen over here by the
So you were
cabinet.
pretty freaked out by that?
Yeah, I was probably in my early 20s when that happened. Occasionally get chill spots right in this area. I can sense there's somebody here watching me or with me. I noticed the electricity flicker. There's quite a lot of people that claim they see people walking around here.
Can you describe what any of them look like? Did you go give
Yes, the lady that I see in the back, she's usually, I can see a white dress and gray hair. Last month I was down in the chamber checking on something in the basement, and I heard a chair slide across the floor. I'm like, that was a chair. It scared the crap out of me. So I ran upstairs. I'm like, there's nothing wrong. But as soon as I walked into the middle of the room, I felt something squeeze me. Cold, like cold.
This was a presence, you didn't see it, but you felt it.
I felt cold, and something wrapped their hands around me. I'm like, okay. It was like I couldn't really move physically. I could, but not like. It was a very weird experience where I've never felt before. I'm like, I could feel it, something holding me. I went down, we were busy up here at Rock Show, and she needed fruit, so I said, okay, I'll bring you some fruit. So I gave it, I came back, and as soon as I got to the top of the stairs in the kitchen, here's something pulled on me. I'm like, so I went back downstairs to ask her if she was, she called my name and pulled my shirt. I'm like, she was all the way downstairs. As I heard her call my name, I could hear, each individual sister, because I know their voice and what they sound like. So it sounded just like Cat.
It used to be a ballroom dancing venue, the Homestead Theatre, Homestead Ballroom, and then the theater was the Homestead Theatre. So I think there's a lot of old souls from back then, back in 1922, I think it was. I think they're all here for the entertainment. I think they're all people that just had so much fun they didn't want to leave. And my father passed in January of 2011. And it was a Thursday in August that we had a show up here, and the tour manager wanted to see the other venues, so I brought him down to the chamber, and there weren't any lights on. I was just showing him, this is, our goth club. So for some reason, I turned towards the bathroom, towards the top of the steps, and I had my cell phone, so I took 3 pictures. I don't know why, but I did. And when I looked at it the next day, it was 3 slowly, it developed into my dad's face. And he had the bruise on his face with the mustache, the glasses, the stare. But I showed it to my mom and my other sister. And one started crying and one almost fainted.
If you don't mind me asking, what caused him to pass? Because you just mentioned a bruise on his face.
He fell down. He tripped and fell before he died. And so he had just like a permanent bruise on his face. It didn't go away. Actually, it was on this side. I think he was just there because I was down there with a strange man, and maybe he was just protecting me. I don't know. I think he was watching over me.
How long after did that happen from when he had passed?
That was in August. I think it might have been the 4th. He passed on the 4th in January of 2011.
Okay.
But it was the same year. But there's a picture in the back kitchen that we got. It's been in the Phantasy forever. So we put the picture on top of the dishwasher. It's just been there forever. And this woman that I don't know who she is, and she didn't know who I was. And she came into the kitchen. She said, I don't know you, but I know that you're involved with that picture, that she's your guardian angel. She's got some kind of protection over you. And what's funny is we'd gone to another psychic. They said that my mom's mother was my guardian angel. That picture looks just like her. I was in the beer room. I was taking a liquor order. I heard footsteps, and nobody else was in there but Gary and I. And it was like boom, 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 loud. And I'm like, Gary, did you hear that? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, is there anybody else in here? He goes, no. One other incident that happened, there was another paranormal team in here. But they were setting up in the kitchen, and Channel 5 News was here. And he had all his major gear so he could film, the setup and everything. He was behind the chef's counter. And all of a sudden, all of his equipment broke. He said, this has never happened to him before. His viewfinder, everything went down. And there's been a lot of other people that have tried to take pictures into that hallway where that woman is, and all of the cameras break. And then it gets kind of cold in that hallway. But there's something going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on in here. Living here as I did for a couple of years, quite a few incidences. I stayed here for a while.
In this building?
In the building, yeah. In the office Specter.
Okay.
And would have to walk through the whole building to go downstairs, take the dogs out, and they went out on the chamber patio. Occasionally dogs take off after something. I'd come out and see a shadow figure. That's just up here. There were, you just get the presence, that there's people around you. But down in the chamber is a whole other story. Most of them are down there. I've had customers sitting at the bar while I'm tending bar and go, oh, and they'll yell for me and go, what's behind me? And I said, there's nothing behind you, because somebody had just tapped them on the shoulder. And they went and looked, there was nothing there, and they tapped him on this shoulder, and they'd look, and there's nothing there. And this particular guy, his wife at the time, was out dancing on the dance floor, and somebody lifted up her skirt.
Pretty touchy-feely here.
Yeah, well, it's, probably speakeasies.
So do you think this place operated as a speakeasy at one point?
Oh, it's 100 years old. There's always been bars. There's always been some kind of alcohol. I would be knowing that there's no one else in the bar. And I've let everybody else out. I'm the last one. I'm just walking through, making sure everything is turned off, done right, so I can leave. And I'll be down in the basement, and I'll hear music. And I'll smell cigarettes, and I'll hear chatter, and I stand and I listen, and I listen, and I can't make it out. But you can hear it, you can smell it, you just can't reach it. And the minute I walk towards it, it would stop. With you guys, that's not nice. Not nice. If you're gonna have a party in my bar, I gotta be invited. I have sent my security guys up the back stairs because there's a couple that come up the back stairs, and they're been seen in the back hallway here too. A sandy blonde hair the girl has, about shoulder length. What she has on, I don't know, but the guy has a white shirt on, black vest, clean cut, dark hair. And they are going around the corner and right up the stairs, and I've sent Josh, our security guy, up after him, and he'll come back when there's nobody there.
Now, where was this at?
In the chamber. This is all basically
this is all in the chamber.
At one time, a group of people wanted to do a supposed ghost hunt, whatever, They brought in their little EVP things and all this, and I told them fine. I said, but if I get the feeling that we are not wanted, we're going to leave. I said, everybody's drinking. I'm not going to come up and cause all kinds of static for people who have been here, for spirits who have been here. It caused no harm, mean you no harm, and have somebody be an idiot about it. So as we were coming up the stairs, I was announcing that we were coming up and that we meant no harm, and it was just curiosity, and that if any time you feel uncomfortable or don't want us here, you just let me know. And quite honestly, I did exactly the same thing before I came up here tonight. And we walked around, and they, picked up. They were asking questions, and they had the little monitors go off mostly. But in the hallway back there, we all sat down, and I told them, if we're going to do this, we're going to sit very quietly, and you're going to be respectful, and you can ask your questions one at a time. A few of the questions were started, and they were getting responses, and the light meter would go off. But about 10 minutes into it, the weight of the room got so heavy on me, I said, that's it, we're done. Right back behind the ship in the hallway to the bathroom. There's always people hanging in that back hallway. Part of it is the couple that I see come up the stairs. But,
Let's hope they pay us a visit tonight.
when the ghost people were here, when they were here for the interview the last time, so I stood at the top of the stairs, the picture they were referring to, I took a picture of the lady. And I took 3 of them. I said, okay, you guys, I said, show me something. Show me what you got. So I stood at the top of the stairs, and I took a picture of the dark hallway with my flash on so I saw the lady. And it looked perfect when I looked at it. When the picture flashed, It was perfect. When I looked at my camera, there was nothing there. So I said, I took another one. Seriously? So I took another picture, and there she was. I said, and the hair stood up on the back of my neck because I could feel them laughing about it too. The whole building has got Wi-Fi. At nighttime, tow truck would sit out back because he could use his computer. So he would sit there. He was on night shift. He'd sit there from 11 till 7 in the morning. He called me about 4:30, 5 o'clock one morning, and he goes, I got a weird question. I said, is everything all right with the building? He said, yeah, because it's kind of weird that you called me at this hour. He goes, well, little weird things are happening right now. He goes, well, is the building haunted? I said, well, you know that it is. He said, I looked up, and outside the back, there's a dumpster, and it's also the side of the theater. The theater projection room is up there and has a window in it. In that window is the blonde with the white dress on, and she's staring at him. And he said, I kept my eye on her. I got out of the car. I walked all the way over to the dumpster while I was watching her, and she never moved. I stepped on a rock and took my attention away for a fraction of a second, looked up, and she was gone. We had taken a picture from the kitchen coming out. You can see her silhouette. You can see her hair, her face, her dress, like this much of her up.
Have you given her a nickname?
No. The lady in white, that's all. The lady in white. Oh, yes. I ran my thrift store downstairs. I was here every day. And I would bring the dogs, and I would put them in the hallway. The chamber has glass doors that close right across the doors, glass doors to my store. Well, I would prop those open and put a guard across it so that the dogs couldn't come in the store. And they would sit on the other side, and I was bored. I'm taking pictures of the dogs, And I'm standing in front of the display case, in front of my display cases in my store, which you could see the reflection of in the glass. And taking the pictures of the dogs, and you could see their reflection in the glass. Well, until I got that on my computer, I didn't see the little boy, who was somebody they play with all the time. Couldn't figure out who they chase around in the bar and in the hallway. This little boy looked like came from the 40s. Is that the Newsies, the newspaper boys with the Applejack hats and the suspenders and the rolled up pants and you can see him walking like this. The position was like this, with one foot's coming through the glass, one arm's coming through the glass. He was walking. He's about 8, 9 years old. So, quite a few people around.
Yeah, whole community here.
Yeah.
Dead people.
Yeah. Takes a village.
It's a weird way of putting it, yeah. How did this all start?
Well, it started back in 1968. Probably it was 67 when we got the building, and my husband took it all apart. I'm sure he had experiences because he'd say things, but he didn't believe in anything like this. He didn't think that it was true. It was just his imagination. He changed this building from a ballroom, which it was the Homestead Ballroom, and he took the whole place apart and put it back together again as what originally was the Piccadilly Square restaurant. And he wanted to do something that was really interesting for everyone. And he'd been watching the movie Mutiny on the Bounty. So he decided he was going to put a ship in here. So he looked for the plans for the Mountie ship, and he sent information to England asking for them, and they said they're in the States already. MGM has them, and they sent us a full set of plans. Then he hired a shipbuilder, and he came here, and I believe it took him 3 months. This is all solid oak, and it's a half scale of the original Bounty. And he steamed everything right here in this room in the big barrels with the steam on them to get the wood to bend and make it fit like it was. Then he hired an artist to paint it, and the artist painted a scene all the way around the room of the
journey.
Yeah, the journey. That's the word. I have trouble sometimes with my words.
It's okay.
Then we opened as a very, very well-received steak, seafood restaurant. Wow. That stayed until the middle of the 70s, and we changed then to rock and roll. That's right. It is very real.
We have a visitor. I just saw her pop in, the lady in white.
Really?
Did you just, who else saw it?
I just saw it right now while we're talking. Yeah, she's in the background right over here somewhere.
Remember this moment as it is of significance later.
But I think
people die here.
Yeah.
Wait, excuse me? What?
We've had people die here. We have at least one in the restaurant had a heart attack.
Had a heart attack, yeah.
Yeah, that guy over here, his son was drumming. It was back in the 70s. And he was dancing, came over the bar right there. Boom. Yeah, it was a man.
Okay.
He's the father of the drummer of the band.
That's it.
Things get a bit darker as I find out about more people who have died here.
The main theater downstairs was an actual movie theater.
Yes, it was. It was the Homestead Theatre.
We have a woman that cries, that just stands there and cries. And we can't figure out why she's crying.
And then this other psychic that was here, she was sitting in the theater and she said there's a spirit here that died here. But she said that spirit tries to get people scared to get out.
We had a guy that was one of my customers who was killed out in the parking lot by one of his friends.
All right, guys, this is it. This is the Phantasy Complex. 4 venues, including a 1,200 capacity theater in the back. There's a lot of paranormal activity that happens here. You're watching Ghostatic. All right, so we're gonna head up and meet Kat at the top of the stairs. She's gonna give us a tour of this place and all little tidbits of crazy paranormal encounters, including all the ones you've seen in the interviews, as well as some other ones that she hasn't even told us about. So let's go. By the way, it's really hot in here. I'm sweating my ass off. I'm hoping one of those spirits latches onto me and cools me off. Kat's gonna tell us about a really creepy story that happened.
Just one of many. The night we came up with some of the patrons in the bar, they wanted to do a ghost hunt. So we walked down the hallway here, which always has a lot of activity in it. The back wall that you will see is a fake wall, and it comes down. And when the 2 venues downstairs at the Chamber and the Phantasy are together, that is a way, and it's open for everybody to walk through. And that particular night had the wall up. We came through the kitchen and we came around. We came and sat down right here. And yes, their little EVPs were going off. And yes, there was, you could feel energy with us. But about 15 minutes into it, I'm not exactly sure, my memory doesn't serve me properly as far as the question that was asked, but it wasn't something they were happy with. And immediately this whole room felt like it was coming down on top of me. It got so heavy and so hard to breathe. I said, okay, we're done. Something's not right, they're not happy, we have to go, and we have to go right now. And somebody picked up, get out, on the little EVP thing.
Right here.
Right here.
Right here.
That doorway, that wall, is
It's a
where...
fake wall, correct?
Yes, it's a temporary wall, but it has a door in it that opens up. If it's not locked, it's locked from the other side. But this opens up, and this will take you to the back banquet room, which is also above the chamber, and the stairs from the chamber come up to that.
You'll begin to notice that this place is literally a labyrinth. There's hallways, staircases everywhere. That's just a tidbit. It's not even the tip of the iceberg.
Right over here, across the parking lot from our back of our building, is where the tow truck driver had been sitting when he saw the figure of the lady in white over here in this window.
Standing right in the window to the right.
In the window. And he walked all the way up to this dumpster from the car, from his truck, and stepped on a rock. It just took his attention away for a fraction of a second, and she was gone.
Now we're heading down to the chamber, but in between the chamber is one of the 4 venues here. This is a cut through. This actually was where they used to have like wedding receptions,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong. And
That's the fake wall that I showed you on the other side. That's the door right there. You can see the door. That we would have that open.
all right, and here we go. It's the chamber.
This is the picture of the lady that when we were here before with a different group in here, I asked the spirits, show me what you got. So I stood at the top of the stairs and I took a picture. And I saw the picture, like I said, and it went away. But 3 pictures and it finally showed back up again. That's the one. This is the hallway that I catch the 2 people going up and around towards those stairs that we just came down. It's from right about where you are now. We walk that way and go around the corner. And there's nobody there. That's where the doors were closed and I was on the other side, where I saw the picture of the little boy, the reflection of the little boy coming through the glass. These glass doors closed. He was coming through those glass doors towards me in that store on the other side.
I think it's the 5th spot we have to mark to either do an EVP session, set up an IR camera, all that stuff. So I'm super stoked, super stoked. This is where they captured the image of Michelle's late father.
I turned around here, 3 pictures right here. And that's where I saw his face.
We must walk all the way back up.
Yeah.
We love it.
A lot of secret passages here. Played quite a few shows here. I didn't know. I had no clue what this place was, how big this place was. In the theater, I was never in there.
She walked away.
Michelle! Over here. Making sure you didn't forget about us. Again, you can see there's the front door, the original entrance to this place. It's overwhelming, actually. We got a lot of ground to cover.
And there's the theater.
This place.
This is where they caught the lady answering. She is the crier. She's the one that was down here for the last session that was done, and they were asking her questions. She's the only one that spoke up. I think somebody actually told them to get out too, but they didn't listen.
And that happened where here?
In here.
I just want to introduce to you guys the wonderful Leone Power. She will be assisting in my investigation this evening. We're hoping we don't die tonight because based on the stories we've heard, it gets a little crazy here. I wish you luck.
Thanks. I'm gonna need it.
Okay, we're going to be using one of these this evening. This, for all you kiddies who don't know, is a 35mm disposable still shot camera. And from the experience that I've had growing up, this captures the best evidence. So we're gonna put it to the test tonight. First, come here, look at this. This, we forgot to tell you, this lady right here is supposed to be the guardian angel of this place. This is a piece of artwork that came with the building when they purchased it. So they say that it gives them some kind of protection. Yeah. I don't know. With everything I've heard tonight, who knows? This is the main area. As you can see, the ship and everything. I'm gonna start snapping some photos. Oh, let's go over here where she was talking about the lady that they see. Oh, I love that feeling. You know that sound it makes? Mm-hmm. It's like, when we were recording the interviews, John said that he saw something over here, so.
As I was taking photos with my 35mm camera, I found out that a door was locked that we needed to get into, so I contacted the maintenance man. He came up and turned the lights on. This EVP that we catch is haunting. Oddly enough, this was the same location that John saw the woman in white during the interview earlier. Let us know in the comment section below what you think she's saying.
All right. And here it is. The old lady. Let's see what happens.
Oh, God, it smells really musty down here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It didn't smell like that before.
It smells weird right now. It smells like fruit. It smells like fruit.
What the?
Who's there? Dude, I got chills. It sounded like somebody sneezed. Alright, we gotta go. This is why this is why I'm doing this. You make me go first, aren't you?
Yeah.
Who made that noise? Hell. Alright, wait, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna quickly snap a photo. Want to say hi to the camera? You can.
I kind of don't want to follow you, but I don't want to be left behind neither.
You have to follow me.
Why did he agree to this?
Alright, we're actually gonna go somewhere up that we didn't go.
Oh, come on. Where?
Yeah, we're going to the basement. Okay? This is where they saw his...
Don't leave me in here. Wait.
No. This is where they saw the face of her late husband.
Let me go in first because it's light.
Oh, you know.
Oh, no, I don't like that chair.
The first ever evidence I caught was on one of these cameras. And it was in an insane asylum. There was a full silhouette of a woman.
Scared.
This place gives me the creeps.
Can't even see.
Alright, so we're down in the main theater area. This is where they can house up to 1,200 people. It's pretty big. Let's check it out. Obviously, this is the old entrance. Let's get a nice photo of that. I have three pictures left. We're gonna go in the basement for those last couple. Yeah, let's head over to the basement.
Yeah, both of these were her dad's.
Pencils.
I mean, everything was here. I'm sure they told you every fucking thing.
Oh, I kind of want to put a camera up in here. Check this out.
What?
This is where the grandfather, or the one who passed, this was his workshop. Crazy.
It smells like ammonia. And
is really
HB
musty.
pencils.
The other one's over here. I got a strong odor with this one.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm smelling here, but I can't see a thing. I swear to God, it smells like a petting zoo in here. You smell that? It smells like farm animals.
It is old and we are like below ground.
After the security guard left, we decided to set up an IR camera upstairs near the bathrooms, where a lot of activity had been reported. Our digital recorder did not capture any EVPs during this session, but our camera audio did, and it sounds like somebody is exhaling into the camera. We enhanced the audio so you could hear it clearer. What do you think this is?
Do you know every time I stand over here, it goes to one battery? So...
Down.
No, we're staying there for 5 minutes.
You gotta stay in here.
Yeah. You've got an orb right round you, right above your head. Right, he's coming towards me. Where's he gone?
Is it dust?
No, it was floating.
Is it anywhere or is it gone?
It was gone. I was following it for a few seconds. It disappeared. It just got bigger and bigger as it come closer.
I got chills right now. I got chills. And what's your name? Whomever is here.
If that was you knocking... Yeah, okay. So can you do that one more time for us? One big loud knock.
I heard there's a little boy here too. Where's he at? You want to come say hello to me? I felt something on my neck. That was really weird.
When you said that, I got like a cold breeze on my hand. Oh, and again.
Are you playing with us? The things that we do to capture ghosts. We're in a sauna right now, and we don't want to be in a sauna. So now we're going to the chamber downstairs.
It's up to you. As long as I know where I'm going.
There's a stair. There's a step right there.
Yeah, it goes down, doesn't it?
All right, so we're gonna pull out the spirit box for this one.
Just as we started our SB7 Spirit Box session, a male voice comes through, but it does not come through on the SB7. You can hear it in the background.
Who's down here with us? If you're a musician, you know how the radio works. Tell us.
As you can see, it looks like there's an orb that flies behind Leone's back. We haven't really had any dust contamination during this investigation.
Respond to my question.
Do you think it's an orb?
Here. What is your name? And what are you doing here? This would be a cool place to chill if I was a ghost, a goth ghost.
Energy.
What did you say? Energy? What did you say? Energy?
A name?
What did that just say?
I don't know, it said Melanie or Ellie. Got it.
Did you just say got it?
I mean, yeah, one of the songs got it. Is that growling?
I don't know what that was. That was weird.
What?
There's something going on. I hear like noise over here.
Although the floor was creaky, Leone and I both acknowledged that we heard a groan or moaning sound, which sounded like it was coming from behind us. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below.
Now I'm actually recording.
Yeah?
Do it again.
Oh my god, you're joking. You
Just do it one more time. Okay. We are going to lose power in this thing. Now that I turn the night light on. Oh, no, we're not.
Say again.
I thought we were going to lose power. Battery. Battery keeps going from like dead to...
To $30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Careful.
Fell down the steps.
Alright, we're back in the chamber now. Running one more SB7 session. Using the ultraviolet full spectrum. Let's head to the theater.
Sorry?
Let's head to the theater. Here, let's go into the basement real quick. Alright, we are in the basement. We're in the bowels of the building right now. Where
Okay,
it looks like a chill room.
Can you see?
This is all I can see. Is literally through the viewfinder.
Quick.
All right, you see that device on the table there? Can you please step out of the Will you please step out of the toilet and greet us? Will you tell us your name? If you're the girl in the white dress, or if you're that couple that seems to pay everyone a visit here. We want to hear from you.
course I heard that. Maybe you could knock on something.
You see?
I'm just looking at myself
Yeah,
in the
I can
camera.
see you.
We're gonna sit here in silence for 1 minute. Let's see if you can break that silence.
Ed, why'd you do that? You're not funny. If anyone's here, feel free to make a noise, a sound, some kind of movement.
All right, we're here. Tell us what you're doing here. Is anybody down here taking a shit? Smells funny. Who did that? You got 10 seconds. You say something in here. All right, that's it. Goodbye.
And cut.
I can't see. Where do we want to set this camera up now?
Take it straight to the theatre.
Or why don't we take it straight to the basement of the theater?
Yeah. Okay.
It smells like a straight up petting zoo down here. I'm not joking.
Smells
It smells like a
different.
farm.
It smells a bit different from before, though. Okay, so what's that?
This is when we get to the basement.
What's this? Oh, yeah.
We're skipping all the bull. Going right to the basement. Oh, there's no light down here.
Oh, God, it stinks down there. What difference does that make?
Makes everything. It's a full spectrum now. Go ahead and clap. Who's here with us right now? Show yourself. Where you at, bruh?
It's easy.
All right, so if there's anywhere that's would be considered the creepiest place in here, it would be this room. So if there's somebody down here or something, you can go ahead and speak into this device in my hand.
Can you make a noise or a sound, seeing as though it's like deathly quiet in here? How's about you play with something?
Tinker with the tools.
That's what they're here for.
You know, I waited a long time to get in here to make contact with somebody or something. Here's the device speaking to it.
This EVP that we capture next is quite loud, which is startling because we did not hear it when we recorded it. We enhanced the audio so you could hear it a little clearer. Mind you, this is in a dead silent basement.
So it's just hey, it's just hey, you take.
We can't quite make out what is being said. It sounds like a conversation in another room. What do you guys think it is? Let us know in the comment section below.
Oh my God, I feel so sick right now.
At this point, both of our audio devices were completely drained, which is odd because just an hour ago they were fully charged. They're supposed to last overnight. I myself was feeling drained and nauseous. I felt out of sorts, so to speak. And I don't know if this is coincidental or if this could have to do with something paranormal. What do you guys think? After being unsuccessful in gathering any real physical evidence in the basement, we decided to set up an IR camera to see if we could capture anything without our presence.
That full spectrum killed the battery. The battery's dead on this. I need to get over here now. We're starting to run out of fuel with everything.
We haven't actually stepped foot in here, like as in past like 2 hours. So there
it's
shouldn't
fresh.
really be dust or...
Alright, let's take a walk. Shh. Let's have a seat front and center. Oh, I'm just sitting in cobwebs right now. We need some popcorn. What was that noise, by the way?
Hi.
That's really bright. But it's not at the same time. Ooh.
Did you see that?
This is a mighty fine theater. Why don't you put a show on for us? I'm hearing things.
Same.
Bumps and thumps. Oh.
I don't like it. So what we were saying before was rudely interrupted. What film were we watching?
Oh, this is Ghostatic, and with a special guest this evening, Miss Leone Power. How do you guys think she's doing, by the way? I'm sure you're sick of seeing my ugly face, and you just want the camera on her. So I'll do you a solid.
Oh God, I'm so sweaty.
It's called glistening.
It's called sweat. Pure sweat. Do you want me to wait here on my own?
Let's do it too. Really? No, I'm not going to that basement alone. I need to get myself, I need to ease into these things.
Ease in. Are you joking, man? You threw me in the deep end.
Sorry.
Okay, what I think we should do.
I think we should set it on the
the
theater.
main stage, yeah.
And point it towards us.
Uh-huh.
See ya. All right, we're in the theater now. What? Did it just say Adam?
This sent chills throughout my entire body. I was called Adam growing up. My family still calls me Adam.
What? I'm actually tearing up. With you.
What did it say?
With you.
If you can talk to us at this speed, I'd be thoroughly impressed.
Bring it.
What?
What the
Tell us what your name is. That was loud enough to where we both heard it with the spirit box on. We're just waiting for you to show up. We've been here all night. You want to run across the stage? I dare you. Do you not like us being here?
Is that you moving? Because I just got a cold ass breeze under my legs.
So look, we're leaving right now. Thought I heard somebody up on stage. I keep hearing shit over there. What are you doing over there?
I'm shitting it. I don't even want to move. Come sit down for a minute.
All kinds of noises here. No idea what it. It feels like there's people all around us right now. Is there somebody on stage?
What camera behind us?
Who's that guy?
Cheery, funny.
Where you at? We're hearing non-stop ruckus on the stage right now. You only got a few more minutes before we have to leave. Oh, there's somebody behind those curtains. Why don't you fiddle with that ladder up there?
Can you hear screeching?
Let's take a walk.
What?
We're going behind the stage.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Let's go.
Adamo.
Holy
hell.
Stop. Don't run. I don't want to break this thing. It just fell into pieces.
Shit me up.
Batteries went flying. That thing just turned on by itself.
We're sorry.
Sorry, dude. Why'd you do that?
Shh. I've just heard someone shouting. Oh my God. Can we go? Can we just get out of this bit? Oh no, I'm really frightened. I'm really frightened.
Let's go. That was not okay.
Oh.
Let's go right now.
Okay.
We've had enough fun tonight.
Thanks for joining us on our first full investigation. Subscribe and hit the bell to be the first to see follow-ups, new episodes, and live streams, as well as all things paranormal. Once again, you're watching Ghostatic.